Why this decision feels so easy, but isn't. Most people think choosing between the RAV4 and the Tucson is simple. One is the safe choice, the other feels like the smarter deal. The RAV4 is the default. The one your parents would pick? The one every rental fleet in the country stocks? The one nobody ever got fired for recommending? The Tucson is the one that makes you feel clever. More features, more modern, more money left in your pocket at the dealership. But after actually comparing them properly, I realized something that completely changes the decision. And it is the reason a lot of people end up choosing the wrong one. Because one of these SUVs feels like the better choice in the first 10 minutes, but becomes the wrong choice over time. And by the time you figure that out, you are already 2 years into a 5-year loan. The one that wins you over immediately. Walk into a dealership and sit in the 2026 Hyundai Tucson first. Just do it, because this is the SUV that does something remarkable. It makes a $30,000 car feel like it costs significantly more. The interior is genuinely impressive. The curved panoramic display sweeps across the dashboard, combining a 12.3-inch digital cluster with a 12.3-inch infotainment screen in one seamless panel. The materials around you feel considered. Soft touch surfaces where your hands actually land, contrast stitching, ambient lighting that does not feel like an afterthought. Sitting in the Tucson in 2026, you do not feel like you compromised. You feel like you made a sophisticated decision. The feature list for the price is difficult to argue with. Blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, remote smart parking, a heads-up display, ventilated front seats on higher trims, highway driving assist that handles lane centering and adaptive cruise simultaneously. These are features that Toyota charges significantly more for, or simply does not offer at this price point at all. The small daily use details land well too. The front console has thoughtful storage. Wireless charging sits in a sensible position. Door pockets are genuinely usable. The cabin layout feels like someone thought about how people actually live inside a car, rather than just how it photographs in a brochure. This is the one that feels like the smarter buy in the first 10 minutes. What changes when you start using it every day? But once you start living with it, small things start to matter more than you expect. The Tucson's hybrid system in stop-go traffic is smooth and genuinely impressive. The transition between electric and petrol power is nearly imperceptible in daily commuting. On the highway, it settles well, though at higher speeds there is slightly more wind noise than the RAV4, which has better overall refinement at cruise. Boot space is competitive on paper at 551 liters with the seats up, but the shape of that space and the higher loading lip mean larger grocery runs or awkward luggage combinations feel slightly less accommodating than they should. The rear seats are genuinely comfortable for passengers with good legroom and recline on higher trims that families will appreciate on longer journeys. Visibility is reasonable, though the thick rear pillars require getting used to for parking. The Tucson does not come with a full-size spare tire. You get a tire repair kit instead. In most situations, that is fine. On a motorway hard shoulder in bad weather, it is less fine. Small detail, real consequence. Now go back and spend a week in the RAV4 Hybrid. The driving experience is not exciting. It never has been, but it is composed, predictable, and confidence-inspiring in a way that is easy to dismiss until you notice you have stopped thinking about the car entirely and started just using it. That is actually a significant achievement. So you go back to the safe choice, but then you look at the RAV4's interior and the contrast is jarring. After the Tucson's swept display and premium materials, the RAV4's cabin feels functional rather than inspiring. The 10.5-inch touchscreen is clear and responsive, but the layout around it is conservative to the point of feeling dated. Hard plastics appear in places the Tucson has covered with something softer. The overall impression is a car designed to be reliable rather than desirable. The RAV4 is also still carrying a waiting list at many dealerships. Popular configurations in certain trims and color combinations can mean months of delay. The Tucson is generally available immediately, so you go back to the RAV4, and now it feels like you are giving something up. The ownership reality that changes everything. And this is where the decision quietly flips. The RAV4 Hybrid has one of the strongest resale value profiles of any SUV in its segment. 3-year depreciation rates consistently sit significantly lower than the segment average. A RAV4 Hybrid bought today retains its value in a way that translates into thousands of pounds of real money when you come to sell or part exchange. Toyota's reliability record across multiple decades and millions of vehicles is not marketing. It is documented in warranty claim rates, owner satisfaction surveys, and long-term cost of ownership studies that consistently place the RAV4 near or at the top of its class. The Tucson's 5-year unlimited mileage warranty is genuinely class-leading and signals Hyundai's confidence in the product. But the depreciation curve is steeper. Hyundai has made extraordinary progress in quality and reliability over the past decade, but the resale market has not yet fully caught up with the engineering reality. The real cost. Most people get wrong. The cheaper option up front does not always stay cheaper. Both SUVs deliver competitive real-world fuel economy in hybrid form, the RAV4 Hybrid averaging around 40 to 45 miles per gallon in mixed driving, the Tucson Hybrid performing similarly. Maintenance costs are comparable at standard service intervals. Insurance ratings sit in similar brackets for equivalent trim levels, but depreciation is where the true cost of ownership diverges, and it is the number almost nobody calculates before signing. A $20,000 difference in resale value over 5 years of ownership means the car that felt more expensive at purchase might actually cost less to own. Run those numbers before you run your hand over that dashboard. The mistake that leads to regret. The most common error in this decision is choosing based on the first impression and ignoring the long-term ownership reality entirely. The Tucson wins the showroom, the test drive, the features comparison sheet, the initial satisfaction of feeling like you got more for your money. The problem is you will not realize the mistake until months later, when the novelty of the curved screen has faded and you are looking at your first resale estimate. Buying a car based on how it feels in the first 10 minutes is the automotive equivalent of choosing a house based on the staging furniture. The staging does not come with the house. The depreciation does come with the car. So, what is actually the smarter choice? There is no universal winner here. There is only the right answer for how you actually use a car every day. If you change cars every 3 to 4 years, value premium features and interior quality, and prioritize daily comfort and technology, the Tucson delivers genuine satisfaction for its price, and the depreciation hit is a known, manageable cost of enjoying a more modern product. If you keep cars long-term, prioritize total cost of ownership, need absolute reliability confidence, or care about resale value, the RAV4 Hybrid is the more financially rational decision even when it feels like the less exciting one. Both are genuinely good SUVs. The mistake is not choosing either one. The mistake is choosing for the wrong reason. So, be honest. Which one would you actually choose and why? Drop it in the comments below. If this helped you think it through, hit subscribe. We do comparisons like this every single week, so you walk into the dealership with the full picture. See you in the next one.